sunk an enemy destroyer.
Hey team, it's Ripper here. Hope you guys are doing fantastic today. Got a great game with the Des Moines, all Des Moines Salem / American cruisers, American firepower, all in one match. And this is clan battles, so it'd be a great opportunity to test it out. Before we begin, thank you guys for all of those who have supported the channel. If you guys are new here and you guys would like to support what we're doing here, like, subscribe, bell button below. And we're on our way to 1,200 subscribers as a small goal. Big goal is 2,000 subscribers down the line, and we are going to give away a DD. Premium DD, that is, because why? We're a DD main, and it'd be fitting for us to give away a destroyer that we actually like and approve of, and it'd be a really great gift to give back for all those that have supported us and those that are in the future that want to support what we're doing here at the channel, which is to learn about shooting ships, sailing ships, as well as having a great time doing it, building the community, and just making this a great place, and actually fostering a better I would say group of people that want to get together just to have fun, talk about cool things, and bring a good working environment that I think this game really deserves. And really, honestly, and I'll have to make a plug out there, there's really no other game out there like World of Warships that actually has the type of gameplay and the style that it does and what it brings to the community. And I think it does a really good job. I mean, it is going south in some regards regarding like maybe the meta or the type of ships, but you know what? Let's make it the best we can do and encourage more people to join, and maybe World Gaming will change their course and their actions to make this a little bit better. So anyways, let's get right to it. 7 ships that are all cruisers, all radar Des Moines and Salems. And I kind of wondered, we were just playing around and seeing with our clan to see how this would work. And let's try it out. I've seen other clans do it, and we were really curious. And actually, you know, surprisingly, we did really, really well with it. So let's take a look at the action here. We sent the majority of all but one to Alpha Cap, and we had one at Charlie just to cap it. And if you notice the mini map there, we're just pushing together, staying together. Now let's talk about what the Des Moines and Salem is. They're essentially the same cruiser with a couple of minor features that are different. They both have radar, but the Des Moines has 10-kilometer radar. The Salem has about, I think it's only 7.5 to 8. You have to correct me down there in the comments, but it's not big as 10. I'm just letting you know that. So that's the one downside of the Salem, but the Salem has the super hill while the Des Moines has a regular hill. Both come with hydro. And then the rest of it is just, you know, you can either select defensive fire or hydro. It's your call, but that's pretty much the ship in a nutshell. It's a very, very simple cruiser. I mean, just simple, straight, very big citadel. So they all get citadel from the side. What cruiser doesn't get citadel from the side as well? But the biggest thing I really like about the Des Moines Salem line is the guns. The guns are 200+ millimeter guns that really shoot every, 4 or 5 seconds. That is a lot of firepower. So I always title the video, "We're going to fight in the shade." And yes, we do. The amount of firepower you have here, you have 7 cruisers that are firing every 4 to 5 seconds. 2 sets of batteries, 6 barrels each, and in the front, and 9 barrels total. Imagine the firepower you're putting onto a target, and you're going to see that right here, ladies and gentlemen, coming up. The amount of firepower you have. Now, hydro's popped up. This is exactly why we have the torpedo threat coming out from us, and the RPF is locating that destroyer to the west. And notice the reason why we're popping hydro in succession. Each person pops one every time. One goes down, we pop another hydro to alert the rest of the crew of incoming torpedoes. And again, the Des Moines at full speed is kind of a maneuverable cruiser. So I definitely recommend it in that regard, because there's a lot of cruisers out there that handle just like rocks. Now watch right here. We have 1 Montana full health. Now look at the amount of firepower 7 Des Moines can bring to the fight. Now look at that, 1 fire right there, and we are just going to town. Look at that, 2 Des Moines sailing in formation, constant fire barrage. Look at all those shells fighting in the shade. We will, as we are pushing the Alpha Cap, and we've capped it right now. And now we're going to go ahead and push the other Des Moines. Now we have if you can see on the mini map there, the other destroyer pops up, but you know what? Who cares? He is pretty much out of the game. He is afraid of all our radar. I mean, we have 7 radars ready to go. That's why we're not scared. That's why bringing a radar cruiser to the battle is very, very key in a strategy like this, because it reveals a lot of destroyers, especially when there's only 1 destroyer on the other team. So you notice that I'm making the call, hey, the rest of the team continue to push forward and press this Montana, because the Montana sitting still is a sitting duck. And I'm sorry to say, I do really like the Montana a lot. Unfortunately, he's on the other team, and we're going to burn this guy to death. Look at all those cruisers right there. It's just a cool shot to see. Look at all those shells. My goodness, we're racking up the damage as well. 21,000 damage, and we're just firing HE right here, baby. We're just firing HE, making it rain, and putting all the hate. And what did I talk about? Fires are the worst thing for a ship. Yes, it is. It's just like compound interest, compound whatever you want to call it, because with this amount of compounding, damage conning and healing doesn't do nothing, as the interest of fire eats you alive. And again, there's the torpedoes right there. And do we take one? I don't know. My buddy behind me said he took one, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, that hurt." Yep, he took one. That's the power of teamwork right there, ladies and gentlemen. You know, a buddy, a fellow cruiser, taking the shots for you, and there it is. Ooh, and there's another one, and we get to take a hit, and we damage con that one right away. But you know what? That Salem is really rethinking his decisions, running away as the Montana burns down. We start another fire on the Salem. Now, again, what did I say the Salem has? It's got the super heal, which I call it like the zombie ship, which literally has some kind of demolition team or engineering team on board that literally breaks out all the tools and bells and whistles and starts rebuilding a ship right there in front of you on the spot. But unfortunately, the amount of shells that is firing at the Salem is just overwhelming and just not enough to just resist the onslaught of damage right here. And look at that. It's all about aiming at this point, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of my teammates, I'm not saying they're bad or anything. I'm just saying they need to work on their aiming right there. But you know what? With the amount of firepower we're putting on this, something is eventually going to hit. And the Salem is going to get a couple of fires. And then we lose one of our teammates right there. The Salem, again, what did I say? The Salem is very, very susceptible to broadsides, especially from a Moscow or Montana. But a good thing we locked out the Montana, but the Moscow still has a very powerful punch, especially if you were caught broadside to him. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to angle in. So while we're still firing at the Salem, notice the Salem is not aiming at us. We look at his guns, and we see a Minotaur firing at us, so we're going to go ahead and angle towards the threat. Angling, again, ladies and gentlemen, you don't know, mitigates a lot of the damage from AP shells, and it forces the other teammate to fire HE shells, which do less damage, but it's a lot better than getting shot at with AP. Salem finally goes down. Again, we're already angled in. You notice that we were firing on the Salem with all guns to the right. Now we're also angling to the threat forward. So that gives us not only two things. One, it gives us a target for the enemy to shoot at, so they avoid our teammates. I mean, what do I always preach at? Be the teammate that can help your team out. So be the one that's the biggest factor of your team, no matter what you can do, whether it be taking shots, spotting, or starting fires, whatever that may be. We noticed we are shooting broadside Minotaur right there, and this is exactly where the power of the Des Moines, switching to AP, and boom, 2 more Citadels right there. Can we get another one? Now, we're going to go ahead and creep in a little closer. What did I say about that 10-kilometer radar? Look at the mini-map. You pop the radar, and he is caught inside of that 10-kilometer ring. I pop the radar. He has got nowhere to go, especially a Minotaur at a dead stop. Takes forever to start and move forward, so we're going to take this advantage. And boom, splash 1. First kill of the day, RP back to 40. Minotaur goes down, and we are now facing with our counterpart, another Des Moines. But guess what? I'll tell you one of the most powerful things right now. A Des Moines nose in is a very, very menacing threat. Not maybe against a Yamato or something with big caliber guns, but if you are nose in against another cruiser or destroyer or maybe a lighter battleship, you can do something where you're about to see right here, which is tank damage like a champ. You notice we can stop, start, move forward very, very good. And ooh, we got Minotaur torpedoes coming in. Do we avoid this? I had to full forward right there real quick just to avoid that. And thank goodness we had Hydro popping right there, because that saved our butts right there. We could have taken some major damage. But now we're going to go ahead and nose into the Des Moines. And guess what we're calling? We're calling fire to our team. Every single Des Moines, put guns on the Des Moines right here. And look at, just watch the health of the Des Moines melt away as we fight in the shade and fire every single shell that we've got on to the Minotaur. Look at that. AP, HE, every single shell that Des Moines and Salem can offer. Guns are damaged, but we're going to go ahead and repair that. And there goes the first Des Moines down. And we're going to have to make a decision. Do we shoot the Stalingrad, or do we shoot the Moscow on our left there? So I elected, hey, you know what? What did I say about Soviet cruisers? They burn like a candle. So go ahead and start any kind of fire you can. Start firing as much HE you can on the Stalingrad. And really, AP doesn't really do much because the armor is so thick and very angled well. But notice we have a very juicy broadside Moscow here. So you know what? We had to take the advantage right here. Why don't we go ahead and push the Stalingrad and keep the nose in and move forward while we go ahead and try to Citadel. One Citadel right there on the Moscow. Remember, the Citadel on the Moscow is a juicy, juicy thing. So I always encourage you to fire on it any chance you get. And look at that. We're aiming at the waterline. Look at my reticle. If you got to learn something, learn how to aim. Look where the reticle's at. Aim at the waterline. Fire at the forward-facing guns, and you're going to get some nice, juicy Citadels up there. We got 4 Citadels up there. There's another one. And let's see if we can get the final death blow to the Moskva. Shots on the way in RP back to Florida. There it is, and we go down. Splash 2, 179,000 damage with, what is it, 16 citadels in the match alone right there, and that is how we do it for our team. And it looks like the rest of our team will go ahead and mop up the damage, burn down the Stalingrad, and take out the gearing right there. So let's go ahead and recap how that worked out. First thing about the Des Moines, it's very, very menacing to stay together, use all your radars in cohesion to mitigate the destroyer threat. Also, moving together gives you many, many targets for the enemy to shoot at, reduces the ability for the team to effectively focus fire because they're not really sure who to shoot at when you got 7 Des Moines lobbing shells every 4 to 5 seconds on you and burning the city down. And the final thing is you have the power of the hydro and the radar combination, as well as the Salems having the super hills. It is very, very difficult. I mean, it's already difficult to shoot one Salem. It's difficult to shoot like 4 or 5 of them. So that's probably the one things I definitely recommend. But anyways, that is the match right there, guys. The rest of the team is just capping. The majority of our Salems are still alive. And, it's great to show that the power of unison and power of working together and communication really, really does work well. And the final DD, again, look what happens. The DD isn't caught in the smoke. There goes the radar, and it is revealed. So that is, again, right there, demonstration of power of radar, especially with 7 radars. The destroyer is just not having a good day. But anyways, like, subscribe, bell button below, guys. Appreciate all the support. Let me know if you like these videos. I'll keep them coming. And I believe the next video we got coming up is another revisit of a review of a Dalarna. And we got a couple other ships on request. To see, we also did a couple ranked games to see if Tier 9 is in your playstyle. We'll do a couple of videos about that. Played a couple games with the Prince Rupert, Schlieffen, and the Marlborough. Just a lot of just random ships to see if, hey, how are they handling? Are they still holding up in today's meta? And we'll check them out as well for you. So final death blow to the gearing here. That was a great match. 179,000 damage again with 2 kills. Helping out the team right there, and this was a clan battle, and clan battle season's over. It'll be starting up again in about, I believe, in the next couple of months, but hopefully it's tier 10 again. Hope you guys are doing well as always. On our way to 2,000 subscribers again. Like, subscribe, bell below. Appreciate all the support. Remember, we're giving a ship giveaway at 2,000, so help us out to get there, and I'm excited to do it, our first one ever. Hope you guys are doing well. Have a great rest of the week, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Cheers.